welcome you to Miami, Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this might be the greatest club in the NBA.
Ooh, Ed, I'm ready. I'm really relaxed, but I get worried. The letters MIA is actually a distress signal. I've seen it personally. A lot of players go missing in action in South Beach.
Well, come on inside the AAA American Airlines Arena and the start of this one here tonight. Opening tip, won by the Heat, and we're underway in Miami. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Miami's got it. To Butler. Here comes the screen. Joel Embiid, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nothing going here on that drive. Got it.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Butler into the front court. Down 4. To Dragic. Screen coming. Dragic to Butler. Jimmy Butler missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Simmons with it. Leads a bucket. Myers Leonard with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Kelly Olynyk has got 2 shots coming. Shoots it at 75% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Dragic. They'll get it down to Leonard. Won't go. Harris to Richardson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Josh Richardson, 0 hesitation on that one. Buries the 3.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Here comes the screen. Doesn't get the bounce. Simmons with it. Leads 3. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. Butler to Dragic. 4-3. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Dragic with the basketball. 5-point game. Waiters to Dragic. Over to the right side. Short jumper off the mark. Richardson to Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Fires the 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Shooters shoot. period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Leads 5. And stuffs it home. Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the fans who volunteered at our recent food run. We couldn't have done it without your support. If you would like to participate in an upcoming event, you can register at our team website for more details.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Entering the game for Miami.
Dragic to Butler. Dragic. No good.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Oh, emphatic slam.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Miami with the basketball. Dragic to Waiters. Screen coming. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Bam Adebayo trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 72%. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Ben Simmons. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And draws the foul.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. That's it for the first quarter. The 76ers have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Sixers have the basketball. He gets it.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Collison into the front court. 9-point margin. Rebound Horford. Nothing going here on that drive. Embiid going to launch beyond the arc. That won't go. Al Horford pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Knocked loose. He'd come up with it. And they pounce. Collison. Now a steal by Philly.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Into the front court comes Collison. His team down 9. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
James Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 69% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
To Waiters. Wide open look, won't go. To Embiid.
Shoot it!
To Horford. A drive, but he can't get it to go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Has a chance. He connects. Not the guy you think would beat you.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
No good, and no foul.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Burke with it. His team up by 7. The drive, right to the basket. To Embiid. Curling inside. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Collison to Waiters.
Hey, double screen.
Joel Embiid. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Waiters. From the painted area, won't go down. Here's a chance from long range. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Here comes the screen. Waiters. And finishes strong. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
To Horford. Had a chance, but it's no good. Waiters. Down low for Leonard. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
James Johnson sends it away. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Personal foul. Team foul number 1. First foul.
Ben Simmons, couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. First one goes down. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. It's the Heat with the possession. Collison to Waiters. Probing the defense. Has a look. Can't connect.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still, you got to make that one.
And throws it down.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
First half comes to an end, and a great start for the 76ers.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Heat may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely.
Game track. Field goals.
The Miami Heat didn't make the best use of their shots in the first half. If they want to be competitive in this game, they need to find better looks. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
first half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Butler to Dragic. Ben Simmons sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Deep two there, won't go. Fires the three. Off the iron, no good. Dragic to Butler. To Dragic. Waiters. Not that time. He missed it. To Embiid. Miami secures the rebound. Dion Waiters powers it through. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
To Butler. 5 to shoot for Miami. Jimmy Butler for 2. Not that time.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Cleans the offensive glass. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Butler to Waiters. The jumper's off the mark.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Richardson. The shot almost. Dragic into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. To Butler. Jimmy Butler, tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. Driving is Simmons, but a shot no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Add 2 points to the board.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
First one, count it. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Dragic with it. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Collison, it's good with no defender in sight.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Joel Embiid. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
He'd have the basketball. Butler. And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Simmons into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. And Jimmy Butler not going down for him this time. Time expires. It's the Sixers out in front. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Burke with it. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Here comes the screen. Dragic to Butler. And the basket good at the rim.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Subbing in for the 76ers, number 21, Joel Embiid.
It's the Heat with the possession. Here comes the screen. Collison. From long range. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
The follow won't go either. Collison into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Kyle O'Quinn able to recover with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Into the front court comes Collison. His guys down by 9. Nothing going here on that drive. Out of bounds, off Ben Simmons. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Waiters. Five to shoot for Miami. Collison to Waiters. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
And the finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Collison into the front court. 9-point margin. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And count the basket inside.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Waiters. For three. Waiters forced that one off the mark on the three.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Waiters to Collison. Waiters. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
The Heat grab the board. Into the front court comes Collison. His guys down 11. To Waiters. Nothing going here on that drive. Waiters. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Simmons. Beyond the arc for three. That one off the mark. It's no good. Darren Collison. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Pass stolen by Miami. Taking advantage of the turnover.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Dragic with the basketball. They trail by 7. Goran Dragic. He is 3 for 7. Perfect feed to set up the basket. Desperation shot here from half court. The Sixers are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Heat lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment.
And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose.
Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it, like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Simmons.
Could not have been better defensively. The way he blocked shots and stole the ball today is what makes for an all-NBA defensive first-team player.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Miami Heat. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.